Okay, so I've just done Ninja Gaiden, um, but it wasn't the Ninja Gaiden Black. It was just Ninja Gaiden, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, very difficult game to play. It's extremely difficult, if I'm honest. It's a game I wanted to put my head for a wall within 40 minutes of playing it. But it's not a bad game. But next game up is, and I've heard quite a lot about this. Sadly, it doesn't have a manual. It's called Star Wars Republic Commando, which I know there was one that had a remake, but I don't had a remaster. I don't know if it was this or one of these. Oh no, was it the Star Wars the Battle? Because I've got a black labeled Star Wars Battlefront 1, and I think I've got Battlefront 2 on PS2 as well. So I have absolutely no idea. All I know is that this is the clone troopers from the prequels, which obviously being Star Wars, like it used to be absolutely amazing Star Wars. Since Disney have taken over, they've produced some real turds. The last thing I watched was Ahsoka, and it was all right. It was
Welcome, little one.
enjoyable enough for what it
This
was.
is your first day.
Um,
Your
but like I didn't watch The
designation
Acolyte
upbeat.
because of all the things I heard, and then I actually looked at it and I thought, no, this it just
We
doesn't look
expect
very good.
great things from you.
Disney are I wouldn't say a struggling company, but they are struggling with
You have been born
what they're trying to hit in terms of shows. I mean, I personally don't care about a Rey movie. I can care less about that character. In terms of from what I saw of it, I thought the Force Awakens was okay, and after that they got gradually worse and worse and worse. And I suspect they'll course correct. They'll have to, because Star Wars has gone from being such a big franchise to being very uninteresting. But I'm of an older generation, so maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Or maybe I've just seen enough of this. But
An elite unit.
so obviously this is Bionic Republic Commando. Sorry.
Your weapons, your armor,
It.
and most important,
I have no idea. It's a first-person shooter. That's all I know.
the Eifer of our world.
The
comes
show
from
on
us
Disney
with
Plus
now
is
much
quite.
larger
Oh my
pain.
word.
So too shall
Show on
you
Disney
join the
Plus
three brothers
is
and become fierce
decent
hunters
enough.
of the Republic. Now,
The Bad Batch, that I've enjoyed that.
and embrace your destiny as their leader. Join Delta Squad. Delta 40, your foundation. A pure and uncomplicated soldier. 6-2, the heart and soul of your team. And 07, the fiercest hunter of all your brothers. You are each a piece of a whole person. And the Republic will call you to defend and give your lives if need be.
Won't be the Republic for long, as we all know what happens in the prequels. Obviously, this is basically essentially leading up to the creation of the Empire. And, prequels are actually liked quite a lot now, which is interesting because they were hated when they come out, but they were just ridiculed and absolutely despised by everybody. Ironically, now that's the Disney ones. And I wouldn't say I despise the Disney ones, but they're not really very good. Quite frankly, they're each to his own. But I don't know. I just thought they were a bit naff. So it's good when you get a game like Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and the follow-on that have come out and have actually been decent, barring some performance issues on the second one. And if you look at the latest Star Wars game from Ubisoft, I don't know, it didn't look that good to me personally, but it's Ubisoft. I'm not a particularly big fan of their games. I haven't played anything from Ubisoft that I've actually really enjoyed since probably Far Cry 3, and that was a really good game. It still holds up even now. But this does sound quite a lot like I'm criticizing companies. I suppose I am to some degree, but Ubisoft were a company that didn't produce anything interesting. They just kept carbon copying the same thing. Far Cry 4, which was supposedly a decent game from what I've seen, the bits I've played. 5, I played a little bit of, and even 6, but they're all the same. They're just very copy and paste games. Just don't innovate, and that's basically been shown with their new Star Wars Outlaws from what I've read and from what I've seen. It's sold about 1 million sales worldwide or something, supposedly, or is that domestically? I'm not really sure. But it isn't a great number in the grand scheme of what that costs. And when you look at the game, it just looks like a carbon copy of Assassin's Creed with Star Wars mechanics, hiding in the grass, things like that. But I understand that some people are enjoying it, so when it comes to Ubisoft Plus, I might check it out. That's the one thing I will give Xbox is their subscriptions for Game Pass. As includes, if it's Ultimate, it includes EA Play. So when obviously your FIFAs or FC and other games come down, you get to play them. So that's not so bad.
Tactical information will be displayed on your heads-up display as holographic projections. Text communications will be displayed in this area. Here are your orders.
That's to reload. I've got a melee attack. Low light mode.
Delta Lead, are you alright? You just took an anti-infantry round. Your vitals don't look very good. Heal yourself with Bacta before you go any further. There's a medical station in your vicinity.
Use the back to dispenser to stand in front of the device and hold it to use the button until your health fully restored.
Proceed to the next Bacta station and plug in.
Oh, I give you one thing for this game straight away that I'm finding absolutely fascinating is the frame rate is rough. This is really rough, this frame rate. I've got a copy of Turret 2 on the N64 and unfortunately my expansion pack doesn't seem to work. And you can't zoom in on this. Can you not zoom in or anything? Is there not a way? Oh, there is. Figure stuff out. You can't. So to zoom in on this, you've got to press the right stick down. Hang on, it's a laser gun. Why is it? Why am I having to reload? I wonder if this is on PS2 as well. But my God, this frame rate is rough as hell. It's okay until an explosion happens. Then the frame rate absolutely tanks. Just to reload. Just don't want to get those digger droids and under the shields because they'll cause mass loads of problems. Is that even giving me any hits? It's not, is it? This would be the... is it the Separatists? If I'm remembering my Star Wars prequel wars. How close do you have to get to kill these people? Oh, he's gone down. Lucasfilm were a company known for making good games. And also extremely bad games. I absolutely adore. It's a lot of people call it a really crap game, which I can kind of understand. Which is Star Wars Jedi Power Battles, which I think is absolutely awesome. But it's also I also have to acknowledge that it's also an absolute glitch fest when you play it, particularly the PS1 version or PlayStation original. It's a game I really want to try on. If I ever get a Dreamcast, because it looks really, really good on Dreamcast. The graphics are solid. But again, I only ever played it on PlayStation 1, so... And my PS1 is still kicking, it still sort of powers on, but obviously it doesn't read discs very well now and stuff. I have to put it upside down. I had to do that at the time when I had it, because I got it chipped, so I could play games in a more cheap way. Looking back at things now, the games... probably oh, just see that then. Wow, man, that's really, really bad. Good grief. I'd be very curious to see what this frame rate is actually running at. I'm going to make an assumption this is running at less than... I think we're talking maybe 25 frames a second, maybe less. This is like... It's not quite as bad, but it's giving me, I would say, GoldenEye multiplayer sort of frame rate, it feels like. And I think that was about 15 frames a second. So, yeah. I imagine this is more is a much better sort of realized on PC. I would imagine. Unless this was, I don't think this was on. Was this on 360? I don't think it was. I'll have to look it up. But it is quite playable. I mean, for it's giving me kind of like Resistance vibes. PS3, which the video did on that a long while back. I've got the second game as well, actually, but I'm not what you'd call a big fan of first-person shooters. Like the problem for me, well, and it's my own issues. They're all very much grey, and don't get me wrong, I'm probably at fault because I enjoy Gears of War, but even I have to admit the early Gears of War, as good as they are, there's such a lack of colour. It's just brown and green, and that's about it.
There is a gun position near your location.
It's so difficult to pronounce as well, unless you're really zooming in and stuff.
Detonator grenades from the ammo pallet and destroy that gun position.
Oh, grenades? Yes, please.
Add it to your inventory.
Thank you for grenades. Can you duck on this?
The grenades at that gun position.
No. Oh, you can't. You have to hold it. Oh, that's annoying. Did I just throw a grenade? I did.
The only way to take out that gun emplacement is with grenades.
I like the physics system, and the physics on it is pretty cool. Where the enemies blow up and stuff. It's just that, like, you can see then when I lob that grenade, you can see the frame rate go, oh, no, throw a grenade to destroy the turret. There we go. Yeah, I would be very curious to know what the frame rate of this is, because if this is running on an original Xbox game, imagine what this is going to be like on a PS2. Because ironically, from everything I've looked and read of late, the history of these consoles, PS2 is by far the weakest of all three consoles, even though it was touted as like the most powerful at the time, in terms of like raw performance and stuff. Your GameCube, which is the Dolphin, which was particularly powerful in certain sort of scenarios in terms of graphics, and then obviously original Xbox.
I'm linking up to your HUD, boss. Those sonic turrets are tearing our troopers apart. Lead, I have uploaded a demolition placement location to your visor.
Oh, you can get them. You can so you can control your teammate then, can you?
Good. I'm dying to blow something up.
Oh, hello. Actually, the other funny thing I've noticed is I haven't actually heard any Star Wars music, funnily enough. Which is probably a good thing, because I'd have to obviously cut that out for copyright issues and stuff. I'd like to eventually maybe get the channel possibly partnered. What's going on? Would be nice. Hello. But maybe one day.
Advisor, we've got some heavy artillery over here.
Gunship Harkin, en route.
The gym. Oh, hello. Right. We can't run anywhere, can we? That's odd.
on, Commandos. I will continue to monitor your progress
So
from
this
the
is
gunship.
on Geonosis, I presume. So is this set?
Reinforcements are
Is this
currently
set at the same time as
unavailable, so
episode
watch each other's
2? Then
backs
I'm
in there.
assuming, given that Geonosis is at the end of episode 2. Sorry, at the end of the yeah, it is the end point of episode 2.
Remember, Delta Lead, your ultimate objective is
Oh
suspect,
man, this
but
is
your
it is
immediate
rough.
objective is
That
to rendezvous with Delta
the,
4-0.
when it pauses, stuff to say, really rough. Definitely a typical first-person shooter, though. It's not bad though. It isn't bad. It's just very sort of. What these things do? They blow up. Okay. That should come in handy. Eh? I wonder if we'll see any Jedi or anything. If it's just going to be. If it's just going to be the Separatists, essentially. I always kind of like the droids in the prequels. Interesting enemy. Particularly the droid diggers. And then
Initiate radical
blow it up.
restructuring.
Fireball special coming right up. Was red, red, green, or red, green, red? The charge is set and ready to detonate. It's all yours, boss.
Where is that? Oh, hello.
Uploading and linking with your visor, sir.
Okay, so we're meeting up with the Commando team and such.
Task 4-0 with slicing that security shield. He is supremely qualified.
Oh god!
Your squad status and location is displayed here.
Oh man, that is rough. It really is rough. But it's actually kind of fun. It's if it's just a more stable frame rate, it'd be really good. I imagine the PC version is going to be substantially better, but I mean it might be a pain in the ass to run on modern hardware, given probably like a Windows XP thing, given the year of this, given when this came out. I mean, I've got a Sega collection that's got things like Sonic R, which is a game that's royally hated by some people. I don't know why, because it's not a great game, but there's something about the soundtrack. I played it at my friend's house in Maidstone, not Maidstone, in oh god, what was it called? Chatham, that was it. And yeah, it's not a particularly long game or big game, but I wouldn't call it bad. It's just there's not a lot to the game. It's just not a lot of levels, but there's something weird about the music. I can't quite figure out what it is, but it's just really nice. It's just very sort of calming and sort of just very relaxed. I mean, you remember this, that Sega Saturn didn't have a traditional Sonic game on it. The one they had, Sonic Extreme, was or codename Sonic Extreme, was cancelled, and then you never saw it again. So. You can see a lot of effort's gone into this. Now we've got copyright music, that might be a problem. But you can see a lot of effort has been put into this. I believe this game is it single player only? It's 1 to 4 players, or you can do system link up to 16. Man, I can't imagine what the frame rate's going to be like. Obviously, this is the days before you would reduce the your resolution and stuff. There's like a dynamic sort of reduction in the resolution as such. I don't fully understand it. It's you use it for most games now. It's a pretty cool idea. That one's set. One more. No, it's just the one of it. I believe it is. Yeah, apparently he's blind as a bat. I think Dooku escaped in one of them in episode 2, I think. But we have got right now. We've definitely got copyrighted music, so I might have to reduce that a little bit. Yeah. Okay, let's detonate that and
Get clear.
detonate it. Okay. Now where are we going? Imagine what they could do with this now. The things you could do now with graphics and graphics hasn't really jumped that much in the grand scheme of things. Right, light mode. Oh, there we go. Hey, night vision. It hasn't really. Oh god damn. I'm so used to holding the left trigger on any Xbox pad that then puts you into first person down the sides. But in this, you actually just press the right stick in, and then it goes to first person mode, which is kind of annoying.
Switching to night vision.
I think I got him. No, I didn't. No, I'm not. I wouldn't say I was the biggest Star Wars fan of the games back in the day as such. Like things like Battlefront really passed me by. I wasn't really that fussed about it either way, but it does make me realise that I've kind of missed out on some of these games. There's some really good stuff, well made. You have to remember that. I mean, I'm old. I'm 38 years old, so I'm quite old at this point. But like licensed games, for instance, they weren't really that great. Honestly, most licensed games were just you'd hope it would be good, but a lot of the time they weren't. They were just naff as hell. I've got plenty of examples of that. Obviously, one of the games on the N64 is a Mission Impossible, but it's not actually Mission Impossible. It's not really based on any of the films or the games, and it's pretty. How fair can I be about it? It's an okay game. It's not really that great. It's quite difficult, and it just ties in. It just ties in with the license, but it's not. I don't think actually officially sponsored by the license, the actual games. Turn this light mode off yet? Or not? Here we go. I would be very curious if there is a remaster of this that sorts out the frame rate and maybe smooths over the got a bit of tear in there, smooths over the textures a bit. Can't jump, that's kind of weird. What, and this hasn't been heavy resistance, would you not say? But, so far this has been decent. Oh, can't destroy that. When you think about like the Republic and the Separatists and stuff like, neither of them are really innocent, are they? Really, like the Republic wants to protect its planets and stuff, supposedly, and but I mean the Separatists are kind of fools in some regards because the people they're actually trusting are not looking out for their best interest. Obviously, we know that, and we find that out at the end of episode 3 when. Anakin slaughters them all. It's like the Kenobi show that came out. I watched bits of it. I didn't particularly like the female character that was hunting Luke down because she essentially serves no point to the story. She's irrelevant. Okay, in the grand scheme of things.
07 locking into your hut, sir.
Getting acquainted with the locals, eh, Sev?
Oh, we've got, sounds like the official
Don't worry.
voice
I saved some targets for you guys.
is it of the... It sounds like the voice actor for Boba Fett and Django Fett. Got a shield up, so we can't destroy it yet. And now we
He's
can.
made it through.
Delta lead, it is absolutely vital that Sunfac not escape. Need medical assistance. Guards here.
Super battle droids.
Target the enemy and press the engage.
Concentrate your squad's fire on single targets to penetrate their armor.
It'll take a bit more hammering to kill, but
Arranging a power transfer to Sunfac Spider.
Roger.
throwing grenades. Can't help it. I'm so used to holding that left trigger down to aim down the sights and stuff.
This door is locked. You need to destroy the locking mechanism. More scans help.
Oh no, I'm dying, I'm dying. Oh, that's bad. And it looks like I died. Oh, I've been incapacitated. So will they revive me, or am I dead? Recall and revive. Oh right, it's got that kind of system, has it? Sweet. Right in front of a droid. Nice one. That's kind of a cool system, actually. That's quite neat. I will... Oh, press A to heal. Nice and healed up.
Delta, begin door breach.
So it's going to breach the door. Let's go through here quickly. I'm assuming this is a special team of clones, given the... down there, what we got? Okay, we've got great. A door that goes nowhere. You get that in a lot of our games. A door that's absolutely pointless. Oh, man, this would be really good if it just had a more stable frame rate. It'd be so much fun. Yeah, you've said that already, mate. I'm working on it. Give me a chance.
Begin snipe maneuver, Delta.
Use your marksman. Put 07 on that position and let him do his job. Good to go, sir. Sunfac Spider is warming up. Delta, what are you doing?
I'm going. Let's go.
He's taking off. Now you've lost. All I smell is burnt geodosion. 3-8, my scanners show an explosion. That's affirmative. Subject terminated.
Quite sad when you watch the Bad Batch and everything, because like you see these guys that have been fighting
I'll check the intelligence.
for the Republic, and then you just see when the Empire starts to take over and stuff, you see it, and it's like Jesus, like
Mission was to disable the droid factory in this sector. Your squad has been retasked for this purpose. Proceed to the
you see them just being completely discarded as if they've done nothing. It does sort of, it has some parallels with real life veterans and stuff. The way they're just discarded once they're done, which is just terrible. But then Star Wars always did have an interesting, played around with, you know, different battles. When you look at like the X-wing battle in A New Hope, or Episode 4 and stuff like that. So it's quite cool.
There are several factories buried deep underground, but they are impenetrable to our large assault forces. Heat signatures emanating from this spire tell us there is a factory below. Neutralizing one of these factories will tip the scales in our favor for the surface battle. Our scanners cannot pinpoint the factory's exact location because of a jamming device located near your current position. First, disable the jamming device. Once that is accomplished, I can guide you to your main target. Our communication will be sporadic. Inside, so you're on your own until that...
Signal lost, sir. Too bad it was 10 warriors.
It's quite fast paced as well. I've been playing for about 30 minutes and it's very sort of quick. It's not... Right, if I hit the D-pad I can switch to a...
Sniper mode. Very accurate.
Ooh,
Very
nice.
deadly. Commence door breach. Abort that breach, Delta.
Okay, because we can zoom in twice. I've got 20 shots with that.
Charge set. Clear. That smell. They're harvesting fidna resin, highly explosive in its raw form.
We got warriors here.
Go back to the normal gun, I think, from now.
Go!
Very linear in nature, though. Again,
Looks like we're on
a
the
lot
right
of
track.
games were back then. They weren't quite as
That
open
means we
world.
get to kill some more bugs,
There's a lot of
right?
stuff, but
Will you look
sometimes that's nice because some open world
Multiple
games
targets on the bridge.
there's
Lead.
too
Looks
much
like a
to
good
them.
place for a little sniper action.
Stop vibrating. That's them dealt with. Start we're flying about somewhere.
Another dead.
kill that one?
You can see him in the dark. The game is quite dark as well. There's quite there's a kind of a lot of brown and stuff.
That doesn't sound good. Must be the battle upstairs.
At full health. I don't know what the resolution of this game is actually running at. I know which is
What are these strange egg-like things?
Looks like we're in some sort of Geonosian birthing chamber, gentlemen.
What do you know? They are eggs.
Let's give them a wide berth just to be safe.
Just when you think they can't get any more disgusting.
Reloading. Dead local here.
Watch your drones.
That's kind of cold actually. Consider.
Reloading.
There's the jamming device, but it's shielded. The controls to that shield must be nearby.
guy.
I appreciate the assist.
Save the jamming now. Okay.
Abandoned position, Delta.
I think we got him.
Set up there, Delta.
How do we disable
The
this?
jamming device is interfering with my visuals.
Disable the jamming device. Jesus Christ, what is it? AI is not bad either, they're quite well done.
There's a computer console at the opposite end of this room. Must control the shield to the jamming device.
Oh, I'm gonna that.
That's for battle.
Take them out from there, Delta.
Let's get up there and disable that.
Jamming device.
Revive. I've gone down to a pistol, that's not good.
Nice one, boss.
Shields down. Let's blow that jamming device.
Yeah, we'll get right on that.
I really need some ammo right about now. Right, cool. Get some ammo now.
Give us some sniping, Commando.
Call me a mutant.
Place a charge on the jamming device. Abort demolition. Place a charge on the jamming device.
Has he gone down? He's gone down. The tank's absolutely gone down.
Cancel maneuver, Delta. Place a charge on the jamming device.
Quick, revive. Absolute dicks. Right now, the picture on the visor, it's giving me, it reminds me of the Channel 5 signal from the 90s. It's awful. And now it's gone up. There must be some sort of effect they're using or something. But I don't know.
Fire in the hole.
It wasn't the most intelligent thing to start the thing blowing up, but still.
Nice work. Communications coming back online. Initial scans show a large complex one level below your current location. Make your way through the opening behind the jamming device.
It's gone down now then.
this shaft. You can rappel to the lower level from that ledge.
Let's get down to the lower level.
Right behind you, squad leader. Stay alert. I'm reading a sudden surge of activity in your area.